We visited the famous Antelope Canyon, but not the popular Upper and Lower Canyon. It's called Canyon X. I didn't film anything here, but Chris and I both have a few images we really like. The participants love this part of the workshop, and I highly recommend this much less visited part of Antelope Canyon if you're ever in the area. Run, Forrest! Alright guys, we're at beautiful Coal Mine Canyon, and I've got my shot set up. Now, Arizona is so weird. We're photographing in deep canyons, so what happens is you a lot of times end up shooting into the sun, which is generally, you like to shoot away from the sun or 90 degrees. You get that alpenglow a lot of times, but in the desert, you're shooting down into canyons and things like that, and a lot of times you end up shooting towards the sun, which makes it a bit difficult, and you end up having to exposure bracket or using filters and things like that, so it makes it really tough. But we get these really dramatic photos, and right now Brendan is heading out to a point. He's going to put himself in the photo. I'm going to do a better job hopefully than I did last time of taking photos. I think like 9 out of 10 of them were blurry. Luckily one ended up working out really well, which was an awesome photo, by the way, up in Allstrom Point. But so now he's heading out to a point to kind of give some scale of this canyon, because this is an absolutely beautiful canyon. We're shooting wide angle, which a lot of times can make the canyon seem a bit smaller, but since we're putting Brendan in the photo here, it's gonna look really awesome, I think. So if you guys don't follow Brendan already, make sure you follow him and check out his video. When the video is up, I will link it right here so you guys can check out his photo. Looks really awesome though. Well, scratch that idea. Brendan couldn't get to the spot we wanted from over here. It looked like he could walk right over to this point, but there's a big drop off before you get to it, so we're gonna have to think of something else now. I was looking forward to taking a photo of the banana over there, but apparently with that big drop off you can't get there, so now we're gonna have to try and think of something else. But let me talk about my composition and what I have here. So right now where I'm standing, the dirt and the rocks here are really red, and then we have this really gnarly kind of tree behind me, or this little bush that's really gray and has a lot of details in it. So what I'm doing is I'm focus stacking. I've got a portrait style or portrait orientation composition, and I'm at about 60 or 15 millimeters. I'm focusing one on this bush in front of me here is the foreground, kind of bringing your eye in, and then it's leading off into this canyon. I think I'm going to get some really nice color before the sun rises, and I'm going to stay in this composition because I'm going to wait for the sun to come up to kind of get some light into the canyon, which I think is going to look really nice. So I got a really strong foreground element, a little bit of contrast here with this deep red sand or deep red kind of rocks, this gray bush, and then the canyon is really kind of red and gray coming all the way through it. So I think it's going to be a really nice photo, even though the conditions aren't perfect. We don't have a lot of cloud in the sky, but some really nice colors. One other thing too about my composition, I had to move it around just a little bit, and I think it's extremely important when putting something in your foreground not to just set up and start shooting. What happened is this bush here was kind of breaking the plane of this red cliff that I'm standing on, and you're kind of getting that, you're not getting that separation and creating a little bit of depth. So what I did was I had to raise it up a couple of inches, move it over to the right, and then kind of move it back just a little bit and then back up again. So it took me probably 4 or 5 times of just micro adjustments on my composition to create a little bit of separation between the bush, the edge of this red cliff, and then the actual Coal Mine Canyon. So I think that's extremely important. If I just would have kind of set up and just started shooting without really paying attention to those little details, it would just lose just a little bit. You know, like I said, that little bit of depth really does make a difference. Alright, well, I knocked out that shot there. Now I'm kind of heading down with the rest of the group. They're kind of sitting down on a different ledge, kind of facing a little bit of a different direction. So I got the one shot that I like down that canyon. Now I am walking over to see if I can steal somebody's shot. So what do you think, Chris?
It's pretty sexy.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Alright guys, we are here at beautiful and famous Horseshoe Bend for sunset, and looks like we don't have a lot of clouds in the sky again. We're shooting directly into the sun, and since the last time we were here they started taking having to pay to come in, which is a lot different than any time I've ever been here before. And we tried to actually come in yesterday for sunrise. They wouldn't let you in for sunrise at all. I think you have to have a specific tour with a tour company called Horseshoe Bend Tours in order to actually get here for sunrise. So here we are for sunset. Just kind of waiting now. It's a pretty easy shot, wide angle, nothing too fancy about it, but I can't wait to see what these guys from the participants get. Alright, well we're just about here ready for sunset. The sun's just getting ready to stop or get below the horizon here. These guys are all set up with their sun stars ready to go. Not a lot of cloud in the sky, but some really nice light kind of in this foreground here hitting these canyon walls. So definitely excited to see what these guys get. And then yeah, just kind of see what happens after sundown too, see what kind of color we get. How's David doing?
Good. I'm doing good. Chris really helped me out.
How you doing, BBS?
Pretty good, man. Just waiting for that sun star, that sunset sun star. I've got a reverse grad ND, like a 3-stop reverse grad ND, and it's. I think it's gonna work. I mean, it's blue skies, but I think it's still gonna work.
If I go this way, I have the perfect sun star.
Sun star. Look, we can put it. I can help you because I can see my shadow right there.
Boom.
Oh,
boom.
Sexiness.
Boom.
Oh.
If you don't want any streaks in the next shot, you can just hold it.
All right, well the sun has gone down now, the light is gone, so now we are kind of rounding up the guys and gonna head back. I think everybody here got sun star shots, which makes my heart happy, of course. And so yeah, now in the morning we're heading back to Sedona, which is gonna be the next part of this video. So make sure you guys, if you guys are just watching this for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for more content, we got a couple more videos coming from this workshop. And yeah, so let's head to Sedona. Alright guys, we made it to Sedona. We are heading out to one of my favorite spots in all of Sedona. A place you guys have seen if you watched this channel, so I can't wait to show these guys. And yeah, we're here for sunset, so it's gonna be awesome. Alright, well we made it up here to the top of this slick rock area and we finally have some pools. It's been a while since I've been here when, you know, we've had a little bit of water and rain, so we got the pools now. We're able to shoot some reflections, which I'm super excited about. We got some weird cloud cover here. It's a lot of cloud cover, and sometimes when this kind of happens, you have like a 50-50 shot of getting epic skies or absolutely nothing, the color snuffed out. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Also, I can't wait to see what these guys get. So you guys saw BVS there had a really interesting shot and setup. He was actually in the pool getting down to super low, get as much of that reflection as possible. And yeah, so now we got about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to sunset. So got a little bit of time. We can kind of walk around, explore the area, test out some compositions, and then just wait for the sun to set. So right now we have some really nice clouds just over Cathedral Rock. I don't think we're going to get much color, but the structure of the clouds looks really nice, and it's right over the top of Cathedral Rock. I've got some reflection. I put my tripod really low in that puddle there, so I'm getting all reflection. Absolutely beautiful, so I can't wait to see what else happens here. Like I said, I don't think we're getting too much color, but the conditions we have right now are really, really nice with those clouds. Just kind of really makes that composition. This sky is absolutely insane. I'm so happy we stuck around, and that's a big thing, guys. Whenever you're out shooting and maybe it doesn't look like it's going to be great, maybe the clouds are a little bit too much, but stick around because we didn't give up. We waited around and it paid off big time. Just absolutely blown up sky. It was absolutely amazing. This must be, I think this might be our best sunrise or sunset so far. As far as color goes, we were in the right spot, got some good reflections. All the guys are out here right in the perfect spots, just waiting, and the patience absolutely paid off. So I'm so happy about that. Stay tuned for these photos we got here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.